Welcome to another episode of The U. My name is Rafael Lebo Ochoa. Cisco ISE has a lot of different integrations that you can use in order to enhance its features. One of the most powerful features that we have on Cisco ISE when it comes to integrations is integrating it with Microsoft Active Directory. With Microsoft Active Directory integration, we can use the user groups and other attributes that exist within Active Directory in order to decide any type of policy enforcement. This gives us a whole slew of different granularity that we can integrate within Cisco ISE in order to enforce policies. So let's go ahead and look how this is done on the Cisco ISE box. In order to integrate the Cisco ISE into Active Directory, we need to go through 3 steps. On the first step, we're going to configure the ISE box to join Active Directory. On step number 2, we will add the groups and attributes from Active Directory into ISE to use for policy enforcement. On step number 3, we will show you the results by creating a policy set using the newly created integration with Active Directory. In order to start the integration to Active Directory, we will need to go into the left top hand corner menu and select Administration. From Administration, we will then go into Identity Management and select External Identity Sources. From here, you will see on the left a variety of different folders that we can use for integrating to a variety of different identity sources. One of them is Active Directory. We will then select Add, and we will add our Active Directory domain. When we add our Active Directory name, we will provide it twice on the options provided on the menu. We will then select Submit, and then we will be prompted in order to join Active Directory. From here, we will then use a user that has joint access to Active Directory. In this case, we're going to be using Administrator and providing a password for the administrative account. If successful, it will say complete, and when you close, you will now notice that on the status on the ISE box, it now indicates operational. From here, we will then need to add the groups that we want to provide as part of the integration from Active Directory. So we will now go into Groups, select Add, and we will select Groups from Directory. As you can see under Domain, we have our Active Directory Domain Controller, and also on the filter, we have a star symbol indicating everyone can go ahead and be listed as a potential group that we want to retrieve from Active Directory to add to ISE. So when we select Retrieve Groups, you will see all the groups that are currently available on Active Directory that we can integrate. So as you can see, we can go into this listing of groups, and we can then start adding them to Active Directory to use for policy enforcement configurations. So as you can see, we can add groups like contractors, employees, front desk, and even staff. Once we're done selecting all those groups, we can then select OK. And as you can see, they're now listed. Once we save these, they will now be part of the ISE configuration. So now if we go into the policy configuration and select policy set, and we go into one of the policy sets that we have right here, which in this case is the default, we can go into the authorization policy and we can add a new rule using the Active Directory domain integrations. So if we go into one of these rules and add a new rule, and let's just say that we call this one AD users, and we go into the Condition Studio, we can go into the editor and select an attribute, which in this case is for the identity group. And notice that there's an option there for the ABC public external groups. We're going to select that. This will give us access to all the groups that we now downloaded from Active Directory. So if you select the menu, we will now see those groups listed on the pull-down menu. That's part of what we did as part of the integration. So in this case, we will select employees, We will go to the bottom and select Use. And now we will provide some type of enforcement. In this case, we're going to go ahead and select that we want to permit access to these users, and then go to the bottom here and then save it. And that's it. That is how you perform the integration with Active Directory. So as you can see, the Cisco Icebox is able to integrate with Microsoft Active Directory in order to offer us a slew of different ways in order for us to manage access on the network. So hopefully this video has been informative, and I'll see you in the next episode.